So I just want to take a minute to make sure that we're moving forward. At this point, you should have looked through the videos in Module 0, which are the videos that really are kind of getting you acclimated to the course and getting you acclimated to the Blackboard shell and the syllabus. So the next step now is to start moving forward towards assignments. So every week I'll post a video here, would kind of run down the assignments that are needed, and it'll be a video or an announcement. But the announcements are going to be the key in terms of making sure that things are being turned in, that you're on check. So we're going to take you through the Blackboard shell here. So if you look at the screen here, you'll see the assignments and learning modules. This is the starting folder, Module 0, with these videos. And if you ever have any questions, you're confused about how to submit something or not quite sure what the status is, start here. It was probably explained. If not, please send me an email and I will remedy that. What we're looking at now for next week and the week following is Module 1. And when we click here, there's quite a bit of things going on. And as I kind of said in the architecture of the Blackboard shells here, you'll have the chapter reading. This is the equivalent of the textbook. We'll have a video here, either one or multiple videos, and they'll be listed here, video 1.1, 1.2. These are the lecture notes or the slides that I used for your reference, but the video should be sufficient enough. And then every time you see this pencil and ruler set up, these are assignments, and you have the document here that you can click, work through it. This whole thing is meant to be work at your own pace. Some of these module folders might have 5 assignments like this one. Some might only have 2. Every lab folder or every module folder has at least one learning activity, has at least one set of discussion questions from that if there's a learning activity. There's a chapter summary from the reading, and then there's a quiz. So the way that I would work through this is I would watch the video, maybe look at these documents in terms of see what these assignments may be, see if there's any questions early at the beginning of the week. If there's no questions, start working towards them. Read through the chapter, use the chapter summary. The chapter summary is really meant for you to highlight the particular importances of those chapters, and then take the quiz. And again, the quiz is multiple attempts. It's meant to just hold you accountable, maybe dig through to see if you missed something, but it's not meant for you to be a full retainment. So that's what you should be working on this week. This video here, you'll have this professional web tour, basically taking you through several websites that may be important to you in your future career within the field of kinesiology, whether it ends up being fitness, physical therapy, but mostly towards the fitness aspect. And they may not be that important to you right now, but at least it plants the seed. You have some exposure and might be a resource to you in the future. So these are the websites. You'll just go to the website and, like, for what does the acronym ACSM stands for? American College of Sports Medicine. ACE Fitness, NSCA, any of these professional organizations. The only one that's a little tricky is this guy here. What can I do with this major? This is a service that the Harper College pays for. Since you're not on campus, so if you're doing this remotely, it might not work. But what I would do is I would just highlight this, and let's just do it real quick here. Let me pull up a web browser, do a search, drop that in there, and we'll borrow Duke's University. So this one will work for you. So you view all majors, and if you're one of those weirdos that, no, you're not weirdos, but if you're one of those type that are studying something you're in an intro to kinesiology class and you're studying aviation, right? I've had that multiple semesters, but you'll go down here to, it's either going to be exercise science. It should be kinesiology, right there, kinesiology, and then you can kind of thumb through these and see the areas. They have fitness, physical fitness for like fitness training, athletic training, physical therapy, and so forth. And you can go through and look at these different settings. So nice little reference, but let's go back. And let's say you're pre-med and you're looking at biology as your field of study. It kind of shows the different areas, like are you going to go into research development, healthcare, which is kind of the only biomedical sciences. So it's good. It's just a reference resource. Most of the major or the popular majors, agricultural stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's A through Z. Let's see what the last one is. I'm curious. Women's studies. So not quite Z. So no zoology. So that's this document here through the professional web tour. So that's the first assignment that you're going to be working on. Again, there's no deadline for this just in terms of the module, but there's you can work with this as you want. You can bang this out in 10 minutes, or for whatever reason, this is the one assignment that students tend to put off towards the end. I don't know why. It seems like the easiest one. This one is a little bit more involved. So this is the, let's show you where you got to this one. This was back in the Blackboard shell. This is the first lab assignment, or lab activity. And we say lab because it just involves a hands-on type aspect. You're going to conduct some field research. And what you're going to do is you're going to go survey as many people as you can, but at least 3 people, but the more the better. And you have 5 questions to ask them. And the 5 questions are here. First you're going to ask them is, what the heck is kinesiology? And just ask them in one sentence to describe what kinesiology is. After that, ask them what careers are available to people with a kinesiology degree. Then we move into when and where did the Olympics begin? So ask both where and when, so the date. And if they don't know the exact date, that's fine, but see if they get a rough, like even if they can get it in the century. You'll ask them number 4 about the fitness boom. So ask them what year or decade. And then it's a side note, ask them any particular people or things that they can associate with that. So any type of iconic type components. And then the last one, approximately what percentage of the Americans are classified as obese, and see where you can get. So don't give them any answers, just kind of don't give them the paper, just ask them, and you're going to take notes. The way you're going to record this, this comes up with questions a lot. You don't need to type their entire aspect. You're going to ask these questions, you're going to you can write them down, but what you're going to turn into me, I don't need a word for word transcription of the interview. Summarize it. So if you asked 7 people these questions and most people said Rome for the Olympics, or they said France or Greece, or kinesiology, no one had a clue if they said I don't know, that's fine. Highlight some of the key aspects, maybe some of the interesting components, maybe some of the bizarre or funny, but it should just be a summary of these of the reports. That's what you'll turn in. So you'll type up on this document the summary of the responses and submit that, and you're good to go. So you don't need to take any kind of signatures or identification, or just go and do it. It can be people at work, people in your household, random people off the street. Usually we do this on campus, but you guys are doing this remote, so that's not a possibility at this time. But you can ask. So that's that assignment, and then the quiz and the chapter summary should be straightforward. So start working on that. Module 2, the next one that comes up after this one, there's quite a bit involved in terms of the flexibility activity, and then there's a library research project, so that becomes somewhat burdensome. So if you can start working on this now this week and have this finished by end of next week when we actually start to launch Module 2, I think you will be in a really good spot. So don't put this one off. This one has quite a bit of these assignments, but should be pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, feel free to email me.